Today we're going to be talking about Escherichia coli, so let's get started. Believe it or not, E. coli is inside of you. It's found in the intestine of warm-blooded organisms, and it comes out in the fecal matter. It's transmitted in a variety of different ways. The first that we're going to talk about is drinking unpasteurized milk. The second is eating meat that hasn't been cooked all the way, and this can happen when the animal is getting slaughtered. Some of the bacteria from the intestine can actually get into the meat that we eat, so that's why it's always good to cook your meat all the way. You can get it from personal contact, like shaking hands with someone who didn't wash after going to the bathroom, and you can get it from eating unwashed vegetables. There are a few different types of E. coli, and as you may already know, E. coli are rod-shaped bacteria. Most of them are harmless, but some are pathogenic, meaning that they cause disease. One type of E. coli, it's called Shiga toxin-producing E. coli, produces a toxin which is pathogenic. And E. coli that causes illness is called diarrhegenic E. coli. And then we're going to be talking about 6 different types of pathogenic E. coli. So the first is called Shiga toxin-producing E. coli, enteropathogenic E. coli, enterotoxigenic E. coli, entero-aggregative E. coli, diffusely apparent E. coli, and interinvasive E. coli. It can cause a few different types of diseases. An infection of E. coli can cause cholecystitis. Bear with me, I'm not pronouncing these names right now. A urinary tract infection, cholangitis, traveler's diarrhea, hemolytic uremic syndrome, and more. So if you have an E. coli infection, there are a few things you should look out for, namely fatigue, vomiting, diarrhea, bloody stools, nausea, fever, dehydration, and more. So if you do end up having an infection of E. coli, there's pretty easy treatment for this. Namely, you should be getting lots of fluids and rest. And you should avoid antibiotics, as these can make the infection more complicated. If you have a severe case of E. coli, your doctor might recommend that you have IV fluids or kidney dialysis. You may wonder if there is a vaccine to prevent it, and there are vaccines in the making, but they aren't sure to prevent kidney infections. So how do you prevent against getting an E. coli infection? You should cook all ground meats until they reach 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Wash your vegetables. Do not drink unpasteurized milk. Wash your hands before eating. Avoid cross-contamination during cooking. And cross-contamination is like when, say that you're cutting raw meat on a cutting board, and then you use the same cutting board and chopped up some of your vegetables that you would be eating raw. You should also store meats on the bottom shelf in your fridge so that it doesn't leak onto fresh fruits and vegetables. So here are my sources. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. So bye.